driving my car. Thoughts?
It's good. I like it.
I mean, Gartrell's driving the Subi. Let's roll the windows up. No, you don't have to roll it up all the way, but
Yeah, I mean, we can just turn on the AC too. The car definitely feels. I could see this being very comfortable to drive every day. Once you get Pro Tune, it's probably gonna feel like 10 times more aggressive.
what Gartrell's referring to is just the throttle response. It's
Right.
not instantaneous, which has to do with the mapping. And the Cobb off-the-shelf tune is great because it's generic and everybody could use it. So getting the car Pro Tune, the tuner can actually dial in the throttle mapping and make it a little bit more responsive. It also depends on which mode you're driving in as well, but we happen to be in Sport Shark.
I used to have an Evo 8 and I used to have an Evo 10, both with built motors, both with Pro Tunes, and you know, obviously like full bolt-ons pretty much, and making a decent amount of all-wheel horsepower. It's like 350, 360-ish, which is definitely, you know, perfect. One of my cars was actually weight reduced, so it felt a lot faster. They drive very similarly, realistically, and I just all around feel like I'm in my Evo again, and steering response is similar. I think the Evo had a little bit less, like a little bit of lighter steering. It is heavier than I would think, but that could have something to do with the wheel specs too, because I'm sure that, you know, it has a wider base in the front and the rear. Plus, you know, center of gravity is a little bit lower, putting a little bit more pressure on the wheels. So this is definitely a good handling car, and Chris definitely set this up very, very well.
Thank you, sir.
When I was riding in the passenger seat previously, like these little bumps definitely felt a little bit more aggressive, but in the driver's seat it really doesn't feel
all as bad.
Yeah, not even close.
It's because you don't have anything to hold on to in the passenger seat. I guess everything is just more
Amplified.
Yeah.
Right, yes. The dampening is set very well. I like it. And honestly, the creature comforts for the seat, I wish it was a little bit grippier. 100%.
Me too.
Because it feels like I could kind of just like, you know, slide around a little bit, and I don't like that. Coming from the M4, obviously having the custom bolstering, and as well as the shoulder bolstering and the and the slight hip bolstering, it feels like I'm a little bit more planted in my seat.
Real quick, how do you feel about the seating position? Is it too high? Is it too low?
It's semi-fine, but I could go a little bit lower, just a tad bit. I would like to be maybe like right there in terms of like where my head is. I don't know if you can see the steering wheel from where I'm sitting, but I would like to see just a little bit less of, like, I could almost see like the very front of the car, and to me that doesn't make me feel like I'm in the car. It makes me feel like I'm sitting a little bit on top of it.
Right.
Which when you're driving, that's not an ideal feeling. You want to feel like the car is like kind of wrapped around you in a sense. So
honestly, that alone will probably change the driving experience for you tremendously.
Yeah.
Because you'll feel more connected in the car, like Gartrell said. When you have a lower seating position, you feel like the car surrounds you, and when you have that, it just inspires more confidence. And that's all, you know, things like a short throw shifter, you know, a different clutch pedal, a different seat. That's all what that is all for. Right. A better feeling when you're driving.
And honestly, I would assume Subaru would do something and actually like implement like a secondary brand inside for the seats, because I know they manufacture a lot of this stuff for themselves.
That they have the Recaro version. The only thing about the Recaros though is the only part of the seat that is made by Recaro is the back. So the back holds you in better, but the bottom is still the bottom.
All right, so yeah, don't get me wrong, these are just comfortable. Like I could sit in these all day and just drive to and from work and feel perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, I still want something that's gonna grip a little bit better. Right. So I would love to see Recaros in this car. Even if he goes aftermarket, obviously he will.
Recaro, Bride, or Brid, however you pronounce it, Spargo.
Yeah, any one of those are gonna do you like 10 times more justice.
And when you're taking a corner, you don't have to worry about propping your knee up on the side of the door to hold your body upright.
Right, yeah. Or like a little bit thicker, just a little bit.
Yeah. But the Germans always make their steering wheels thick, so I'm not gonna lie, I like that too. But Subi Speed has a solution for this that they sell that's carbon fiber and leather. I was thinking about getting that, but talking about what Subaru has to offer, I do agree. I wish it was thicker too.
And this is obviously just nitpicky stuff. This is not like.
Are there any speeding cameras here?
No. But we gotta turn at the next light.
No, Rip. I was gonna say do a little pull, but we don't have that much space.
Yeah, I mean I could get a little bit.
Now, what do you do next?
Floor it?
Yes. No, no, don't floor it.
Floor it?
No, 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 don't floor it.
Okay, floor it.
And there's a Evo on the other side. Oh man.
Car definitely pulls. I gotta get used to it.
No.
I'm in third.
Yep, wrong gear.
Do you have a short throw in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely feel it. It's like so tight.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
It's like I'm almost guessing where
it tells you in the center, but you're not used to that.
Yeah, like mine does it instantly though. Like it'll automatically tell me. Like it takes a second to show up on yours, I think.
You gotta let the clutch out.
Yeah.
Yep. So guys, by the way, we're also doing an oil catch can install on No Lift Garage. So go ahead and check their link out down in the description. I'll put a little tag right up here. We're back. Gartrell, overall consensus of the drive, pull, smoothness, responsiveness. If you could change something, what would you change?
So responsiveness, I give it like 7.5 out of 10. I think there's definitely some grab that you can get right as soon as you get on the throttle. The seats are comfortable, but I definitely need more grip, just to feel more planted in the car, feel more confident about the car, moving at a quicker rate of speed. I think the steering wheel is great. I would like it a little bit bigger, but other than that, the actual like steering response in proportion to how heavy the steering wheel is perfect. I think that the car is great handling wise. Transmission very smooth. He has a short throw shifter, so I think that's just a little bit more of a learning curve.
When you are getting on it, it makes it easy for you to just roll through the gears because it just rap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You gotta do that accurately because you don't want a money shift. So that's the only reason why I would say
definitely don't want the money shift. So you have to know where they are.
So other than that, overall like ride comfort, I think it's 10 out of 10. For me, I see no problems with it. It definitely holds up very well when it's just cruising. When I'm getting on it, it's definitely something that I can see being a very comfortable drive. I know have any complaints there realistically. And then interface in terms of like cluster and everything, I think it's very well displayed. Literally 3 screens, one on your actual cluster, one above for your boost and miles per gallon and everything like that, and obviously your infotainment center. So that is a very nice setup.
All right, so I guess you kind of incorporated a little bit of if you could change something into that,
yeah,
right?
as well. Yes,
so
yes.
thicker steering wheel,
Yeah,
lower profile seat,
yeah,
quicker throttle response.
yeah.
And am I missing anything?
The shifter, getting used to it.
And getting used to the shifter, or just getting, because this short throw is actually stock from Subaru. Yeah,
so maybe
getting an
brand,
aftermarket short throw shifter would change that feeling.
Yeah, I think a different brand would definitely be the way to go for me.
Would you recommend this to someone else if this was their only car?
I think so, yeah. I would, because it just has like the creature comforts that you would want in an everyday car, has the aggressiveness to be able to be a fast car on a daily basis, so you can have some spirited driving, and you definitely have just like the looks of the car. When I look at the car, I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see myself in that, and driving it every day, just makes that a better feeling for you too.
Yeah. They say you made the right decision when you park your car and you look back at it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I would 100% recommend this car. Plus, it's a little bit more forgiving with the all-wheel drive system, having the mobility to go through snow and multiple different terrains is definitely something.
An advantage.
Yeah, especially with New York, because honestly, we have a little bit of everything. I swear, it's like there's like some real rocky roads where you feel like you're off-roading, and then there's smooth paved roads where they're fun to be on, and open up the car a little bit more. And then you got snow and precipitation, and having that adaptability is going to give
you have any questions about the Subi, big bumps in New York. If you have any questions about the Subi, let me know down in the description box below. If you want to see more of Gartrell, he's on 3 different platforms. You got, actually, technically it's only 2.
With 2 on 1.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just put it here. It's easier.
BLO.F82.
Yep. And Supreme Trail, which I'll also put here.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to share with me and my boy.
Yep.
We're gonna get back to installing this catch can. If you want to see that video, like I said, go ahead and check out No Lift Garage. Catch you on the next one. Never stop growing. Peace.